guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have 3 DIYs I'm sharing with you guys. These are all inspired by items I saw on Amazon. So if you are interested to see how I made any of these, then let's go ahead and get started. So for the first DIY, I'm going to be recreating this tray I saw on Amazon. It was $35 and I knew that I could create something similar for a lot less money. So I'm taking this large cookie platter I got from the Dollar Tree at Christmas time, but I do know that I've seen this out at other times during the year as well. So I started off by spray painting the tray black, and then I'm going in with these pearls from Amazon. I got these for $6.99 and it comes with 3,000 pearls and they're all different sizes, and it comes with this little case. So I thought that that was a good deal because now I have a bunch of pearls left to do some other DIYs with. So you can use those pearls that the Dollar Tree sells with the sticky back, but I did want my tray to have varying sizes, and my Dollar Tree only had one of those packages of pearls left, so I went ahead and ordered these. I'm not following the same design on the Amazon tray, I'm just kind of doing what I think looks good. And as you can see the smears from the Mod Podge on there. So I went ahead and spray painted it black again after I was done gluing all the pearls down, but I'm thinking that if I had went over the whole tray with Mod Podge before spray painting it black again, that it would have helped to blend in those glue marks, and then you wouldn't be able to see it as much. I didn't think about that. I thought that the paint would be enough to cover it, which it did. It covered a lot of it, but it didn't cover it completely. But that's okay. I went ahead and took some gold metallic paint and a Q-tip, and I just dabbed that gold all over these pearls, and that was it for this DIY. So the most time-consuming part of this project was gluing all of the pearls down, but it is still very inexpensive and it is so easy to make this tray, and I think that you end up with a really beautiful decorative piece. I love the way that this looks with the black and the gold. I think it is such a pretty statement piece, and when you're sitting at my house and you're looking at it, you can't see those glue streaks like you can in these photos. So I'm still very happy with the way that this tray turned out. The next DIY is this cute little clock I saw on Amazon for $25, and I am just going to use some styrofoam or foam board from Dollar Tree, and I cut out 2 pieces for the side and 3 different size pieces for the top and bottom. So you're gonna take the biggest piece and you're going to put the medium size piece on top of that. Now I went ahead and eyeballed it and marked where I wanted it, so that way when I added my glue I knew where to put it back down at. Then I added the smallest pieces right on top of that, so you end up with this layered effect. And you're going to do that twice, one for the bottom and one for the top of the clock. And then I went ahead and glued my side pieces on. I cut those the same width as those smallest layered pieces because that's what the side pieces are going to attach to. Then on another piece of foam board, I traced inside of the frame so that we can cut out a piece that'll fit nice and snug in there. Then I measured the width of the front from each of the side pieces of the clock, and I drew a line onto another piece of foam board to mark out that width. And then taking a corner piece of a piece of paper, I just cut a kind of scalloped edge onto it, and then I'm taking that piece of paper and tracing it onto each side of this foam board. Hope that that makes sense. I tried zooming it in, but it's bright light and it's white on white, so I know it's hard for you guys to see. But then I took my box cutter and very carefully cut these pieces out, and I did have to go back with some scissors and trim up the jagged edges around them. But I cut out 2 of these things, and I'm just going to glue them, one to the top and one to the bottom. Then I'm using these adhesive pearls from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to put them on 2 of these layered pieces down here, and I'm going to put them along the front and along the side of the clock. Then I'm cutting out my piece of paper with the clock I printed out. I found this clock, I was searching for free clock face printables, and I found this, and I decided to go with this because I wasn't planning on making this like an actual working clock. So I thought that this was cute because it's not meant to be a clock, it's meant to be more like a decoration. But I Mod Podged that onto the foam board, and then I took some Waverly wax and in the brown color and dry brushed all over this, and then just went ahead and sealed up those sides with some glue in the back so that there wouldn't be any cracks up front. And then with that same wax, I went ahead and stained 5 of these little wooden beads, and I'm using 4 for the feet and then putting 1 up top in the center, just like the Amazon one. So you can see right here that my piece came out very tall, and I wasn't liking the way that it looked. I thought there was too much white around the clock space, so I did go back with my box cutter and I cut the middle piece out, and I just glued everything back together and made it shorter, and I think that it looks a lot better being short like this than it did when it was tall. So I'm very happy with the way that this came out. I think it's adorable. So the last thing I'm going to be making is this macrame paper towel holder. It's on Amazon for $15.99, and it's beautiful with the white string, but for this we're going to be using Dollar Tree rope. So you're going to want 2 of Dollar Tree ropes because we're going to unravel them, and we're going to use 2 full-size strings from each of the ropes. So I started off by measuring 36 inches of one string and pinching right at the 36-inch mark, making a loop with the rest of the string, and then looping it up and around the back of my ruler. Then I pulled those strings out through that loop. So here I'll try to show you again. I pinched right at the 36-inch mark, looped it around the back of the ruler, and you want to make sure whichever string you measure to 36 inches, you want to make sure that that's going to be on the inside of your 2 loops. So you're going to loop it around the back, pull the strings through that loop, and then pull it tight up to the ruler. So this is what it should look like, and the 2 inner strings of those loops should both be the 36-inch lengths. So you're going to start, you can do left or right, it doesn't matter, but whichever one you choose, you have to continue to do that through the whole piece. So I am doing right on this one. You're going to cross it over the middle, make that loop up there on the right side. You're going to take the left string, put it down into that diagonal corner, and then pull it up through that loop. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well, but hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. You're going to cross over, and then the left side's going to go through that spot down there and up through that right loop. So you can see once you keep going that it starts to twist, and you're just going to keep going and going until it twists so much that you can actually flip it all the way over. And then you're just going to pull the strings onto either side again, and then continue on with the knotting. So after I went down a ways, I added a couple of wooden beads onto the middle strings. You can add one large bead if you have any that are large enough to fit onto both of those strings together, but I only had this size beads and each bead only fit over one of these pieces of rope. So I added two, which I still think looks okay. So the next part, I'm taking one of these book rings you can get from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to wrap that in twine. Then I'm going to be taking the loops that I had wrapped around the ruler. I'm going to take those and I'm going to slide them onto the binder ring, and then push those loops together and pull them tight. And then I will be taking another piece of rope and I'm going to loop it through the binder ring and around, and then I'm going to pull those two strings through. So then I'm going to end up with a string on either side of the already made pieces, and then I'm going to treat the already made pieces like they are the middle strings, and I'm just going to start doing that same knot that we did for those two pieces. The only thing now I'm going to do is I'm not going to do all right or all left. I'm going to alternate. So I'm going to go back and forth, right, left, and this is going to give you a straight knot. So it's not going to start twisting like it does when you only use one side. Once I get to the bottom where the two pieces meet, I'm just going to take it around the back and tie it in a double knot. And then I'm going to glue the pieces down and cut the excess off just to keep it from unraveling. So the only thing I did differently when I made the left piece is I tied using the left knot. So I did it on the left side, and that just made my twists kind of go in opposite ways, so they're kind of turning into each other. So then I just tied the bottom pieces onto a stick, and it's easy to pull off one of those sides to change out the paper towel roll, and then you just slide it back onto the stick. So that's all the DIYs I have for you guys today. As always, I'm very grateful to you guys for stopping by and watching. If you like these DIYs, please give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that as well. And I hope to see you all in the next video. So stay safe, guys, keep healthy, and I will see you all next time.